Hey everybody, this is Josh Goodwin. I am a doctoral student at the University of Charleston, West Virginia, and I've been asked by my doctoral advisor, Dr. McLaughlin, and some of my cohort members to make a short video of how I created my Dell portfolio presentation using the Google Sites platform. Now, the idea to use Google Sites wasn't mine initially. There was an example of it when I went to residency done by Dr. Kuiper, and so I thought it was a great idea. It looked great, and so I decided to run down that path. And it turns out it's kind of a big hit, and it's very easy to use. So I want to walk you through it today, show you kind of how it works, and then kind of how I laid mine out. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this is the final published portfolio that I created. As you can see on the left, I have a navigation menu, and what I did basically is I went down the checklist for the portfolio, I built pages for each, and then I inputted it. So this first page is my home, or it has my bio in it. So it's labeled here. This is my name. This is me and my wife, a little photo, a little introduction. Here's the bio, some photos of me, email, no big deal, contact information. Then I went to the resume page. Sorry, my internet's going a little slow, but so this is my photo, right? Here's qualifications, parts of my resume, education and training. I embedded a little explainer video for my business in here. This is my old job, some awards I got in the past, so on and so forth. Another little video, some photos, and then I attached my resume in the bottom, which is just like a PDF document. Next is the leadership model. And so you'll see I'll put some photos and some great quotes, different graphics to help kind of explain where I'm coming from, some different points I wanted to hit, references. You can really do a lot with this platform. It's really great. Code of conduct, same way, some nice photos, visuals. I made a one-page PowerPoint slide or one slide to meet the requirement of the portfolio. I just attached it right in there. Then I went to my artifacts. And for my artifacts, I have my name, what it is. This is an explainer video for my business. This was a pitch that I did. These are both YouTube. I embedded it from YouTube. And then this is a PowerPoint slide, which was my pitch deck I used for this. Just talking about both business and kind of what I'm doing. Then I put an overview. This is the write-up about how this artifact is demonstrated in the Dell outcomes and how it was impacted by my time in my doctoral program. And then I listed the outcomes that this particular artifact showed. Now this one's all 6, but like for example in Article 5 or Artifact 5, I did some informational videos, which these are just put in from YouTube. Here's the write-up. And then here, as you can see, it only demonstrates 2 of them. So I put in different things for my artifacts. Here's some photographs. This is for me being an advisory board member for a nonprofit. I put a newspaper. Well, I think this is actually a PDF of the website. That's me right there. Just dropping it in there, and again, the outcomes. For my white paper, this was a great one. It was something that I wrote when I was in the military to kind of help restructure our unit to make it more effective. There's some photographs of it, but this is the actual assignment I did at the University of Charleston that kind of gave me this idea. So I popped it both in there, and I talked about that during the presentation. Down in the professional essay, I just slapped it right in there, a little introduction. Here's a professional essay. Same thing with the dissertation progress. Here's the integrated research design prospectus worksheet. And then I threw in my concept map. And then I was a transfer student from Margosy, so I only have one annual reflection, but you put your annual reflections in here, right? So it's simple. And what I love about this is, and I've seen some other presentations where people have like multiple programs up and PowerPoints and PDFs and Word docs, and they're kind of moving around and jumping around. It's kind of complicated for them and for the viewer. And this kind of makes it very simple, very elegant, very easy to do. Now I'm going to show you how. The very first thing you're going to need to do, I use Google Chrome, is you're going to have a Gmail email account. So if you don't have one, go and sign up. It's free. If you don't want to use it, just you can give it to like people who are trying to sell you things, or you know, folks who want to give you product updates, like a junk email folder. That's how I sometimes use those things. But once you get it, you're going to log into Google Chrome, and you're going to see, once you do that, you're going to have access to all of the Google apps, right? And Google Drive, which is like a web-based storage system, it comes free. It's all you're going to need for this, and you're going to need it. So you're going to click on Google Drive from these little panel buttons here, like 9 dots. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to create a folder. New folder. You're going to title it Dell Portfolio Attachments, however you want to do that. I have one that says Dell Portfolio already, so I'm just going to label this as 2. You're going to create it. It's just like any other kind of deal. You guys probably know already. So it's a blank folder, and you can really just, you can drag any file you want into it. You know, it uploads right in there. Or if you don't want to do that, you see it right here, Dell Portfolio. You can drag it right here this way, okay? And it just pops it right in there. Let's cancel that. See, I've done this twice already. Here's the one I created, and I basically put all of those attachments into one folder. And the reason it's important is because Google Drive keeps all your stuff secret, right? So if someone doesn't have access to this folder, they're not allowed to see it. So if you publish this portfolio, and Dr. McLaughlin, whoever wanted to click on that, it wouldn't open. It would say access forbidden. So you have to give them access. And the way you do that is you click on your folder, you right click it, you go to share. Okay, these are all the people who have actually already given access to, but let's just say I wanted to give it to Dr. McLaughlin. I already have his email in there, but you would type it in if you didn't. Right, and then you would just type in a little message, Dr. McLaughlin, this is my Dell portfolio folder. Josh. You know, whatever, make it nice, click send, and then that will give him access to it. And so up here you can change whether you want him to be an editor or just a viewer of your folder. You know, you don't want him going in there changing your stuff, just make it a viewer. That way you can see everything. But that's very important when you start to upload these things later. So once you get your Google Drive, I have a bunch of stuff in here, right? But I use it a lot. But basically you're going to create a folder and you're going to put your stuff in there. Now, so to get started, the best way I find to get there is just go to Google, type in Google Sites, and then you're going to see the Google Sites right here, sites.google.com. Now I'm already logged in here. As you can see, it's logged in under my name. That's why it's a benefit to do that up front. But if not, it's going to ask you to log in, and once you do, at the top where it says Start New Site, let me just delete that one. I tried to do this whole video and the audio didn't work, so I'm doing it all again. But so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick a template. I find Portfolio to be the best. It's kind of already set up for what we're looking for. You're just going to click it. And then it's going to populate into the editor. Okay, so this is your basically the canvas you're working on, and this is your control panel basically. So up here it says insert on this page. These are text boxes, images. This is where you're going to put in the drives. Where you're going to put in your PowerPoint slides, your artifacts, assignments you've done for school. This is if you want to embed like a web page or something else. These are different layouts you can use. You can see you have divider buttons, and I'm going to show you some of these things. You can drop in YouTube videos, all kinds of great stuff in here. But the first thing we want to do is we want to go to Pages. And Pages is basically this layout here, what pages you want them to have. So the first one I left is Home, but let's say you wanted to change it to Bio. You would just go to Properties, change this to Bio, click Done, and there it is, it's Bio. And let's say the About page, which what's interesting about this template, and I want to say this, is that It's giving you 3 basic pages already built in that you can fill in. Okay, this is like a resume type thing, so let's just change that to resume if you want. You can label it however you want. Okay, and then you have the project page, and if you can see, like from my artifacts, I use that kind of layout for my artifacts. That's where I got that idea from. So it was already built out. You just go in and fill it in. It's really cool. But what's great here is that if you want to add additional pages, so let's say we're going to change this to an artifact. Okay, artifact page, artifact 1, great. Now let's say we want to use the same layout for all 5. I'll mix mine up a little bit, but let's just say you want to do it. You click the 3 dots, click duplicate page, right? Change the name to artifact 2. Done. There it is. And you can do it again. Boop, like that. Artifact 3. Okay, done. And then finally, if you want to add, like, let's say a different page. So we're going to call this one the dissertation progress page, because I think that is one of the requirements. Yeah, dissertation progress. Yep. And as you can see, it's a blank canvas. Okay, I'm going to come back and show you how to mess with that in just a second. But you basically lay out the order of your pages. And if you want to change it, you just click on it, you drag it, you can move it around. It's very intuitive. Just kind of play with it. You can also, if you want, add subpages. So let's say artifact 5. Just label something different so you can see. Then it'll drop them underneath, right? I was going to do that. The reason I ended up not doing that is because I didn't want to make one title page that was kind of worthless. So as you see on mine, I just did straight pages. There's no subpages, but that's up to you. So just play with it. If you don't like it, just click on it, hit the delete button on your keyboard, and you can delete them. It's easy stuff. Now that you have your kind of overall layout, you go back to the insert model. So this is the original page, and there's so many things you can do to customize this. Right up here is your name. Gives you a guide, which is pretty great. Okay. Here you can change this. I titled mine Dell Portfolio. Okay. Over here, you click these little icons and they give you different options. So you can change the background color. Okay. To anything you want here. There's also this button over here called themes. So right now it's on simple, but you can change it. I like diplomat, it's cool. But if you go back to insert now, like you'll see that the emphasis colors are different and the font is different based on that theme, right? You can also go in and add an image, which is what I did here on mine. So I just threw in a picture here just to change it up and make it different, but it's pretty simple. You can upload one from your desktop if you have it. They have some that are already picked. You know, there's albums and stuff. There's a lot of different ways you can find images, but you can really make it any way you want. Okay, so right here, when you click on this, you'll see little boxes come up. If you want to crop it, if you want to uncrop it, you want to change it, you want to get rid of it, you want to replace the image. So let's just upload one just to show you how that works. Okay, so let's go to I guess any photo would do, right? Okay, but look, here's one of me and my dog taking a nap, and there it is. And you can change the size. You know, you can make it big or small as you want. You can change it, like you can move it over here. Then it connects it all, right? That's kind of annoying. If you don't like it, you just hit the back button. Okay. Now let's say you want to add more text, like, hi, my name is Josh, I'm happy to be here. Click text box. You see how it popped up right there? Just drag it right up into there. Oh, wait. See these dots here? Just drag it right up in there. Click to edit text. Hi, I'm Josh. Okay, and what's cool here, like you can start to change it around. You can make it bold. You can italicize it, however you want to do it. And you can keep playing with it. Now, this is a blank little just block. You can type in it if you want. You can label it anything you want, right? However you want to do it. Or if you don't want it, you can just delete it, okay, altogether. But let's say that you want to add another text box. There you go. You just click it and it pops right up. So we're going to name this, just put it in the middle, we'll call it assignment. Okay, don't want it like that. I want it like big, okay, and I want to change the color to make it stand out. Bam, cool. Now let's say that I want to add one of my assignments. I just click on Google Drive. I go to my portfolio folder that I've just created and I grab whatever assignment I want. I click it, it says insert, boom, pops it right in there for me. Now you can change the color if you want, right? You can change the location, you just drag it around, put it wherever you want it. If you want to insert another text box, you just click it, drag it right up in here, and you start talking. This is, sorry, click it. This is my assignment, blah, blah, blah. Okay, really cool. So you'll see down here layout. Let's get rid of that. One of these layouts was already put into this template. Okay, so like for example, this says name of video. You want to put a YouTube video in there. So I have created YouTube videos before. So I'll just pick this one. Pause. You get that little link from the share button. Slap it right in here. Search for it, and there it is. Just click it, select, pops it right in there, and you can change it. Explainer video. Okay, very simple stuff, right? If you don't want this on your main page, like I didn't want it in my home page, right? It was just a bio. You can just delete them out. Just delete everything that you want out, and you can add in what you want to add in. I find, like, for example, images, let's say I just want to put another image down here. I can click here and go back to the same place we were before, where we add all the images and stuff. Let's see. Photos. That's probably what we want, right? That we uploaded before. Or you can just go down to like this kind of thing, and then you can just slap in pictures there. Upload, select, right? So it's very intuitive. That's the point. You can change colors, you can play around with this, you can add YouTube videos in this way, you can do stuff from your calendar, maps, all that kind of stuff. But it really all comes down to this Drive folder. That's the big thing. When you're ready to go to the next page, you'll go here to the resume, and then you'll kind of do the same thing. You'll click back to insert, you'll go through and you'll say, okay, I want to start adding some stuff in here. And right here, I want to add my portfolio page. I'm going to add my resume. Okay. Insert, bam, there it is. Okay. It's popping up. Just put it where you want it, change it, however you want to do it. It's super simple. Let's go down to this. If you go down to a blank page where there is nothing, then you do the same thing. You just start adding it however you want to. You drop a layout in here. You can put in a text box after that. You can put in a divider after that. You can go back to another layout. You can go back and start changing it, adding it in. It is super simple. The last thing really is the navigation bar. You just click on it. You can see on this one it's at the top. I guess this isn't the last thing, but this is important. If you want to change it, I'll show you again. There's this little gear icon. And this is really what's important. No matter what you do, if you click on it, it gives you all the options that you can do with it, right? You can change it. You can do all these kind of things. Just click around on the buttons, kind of figure it out. But here, like if I wanted mine on the left here instead of the top, so you just go to navigation, change it, right? Again, let's do it. Side, okay? Looks like this. And it stays out of the way while you're building it in the editor. Okay, now, when you're done, right? So let's say you've done everything you wanted to do and it's ready to publish. You just click the publish button right here. We're going to name it test video 2022. I don't want public engines to see it because this is a thing, but you can make it, so people can find it if you want. Okay, and so it's published. Now, you click this little arrow, it says view published site, and here it is. As you can see, everything's kind of put in there. All of this is good. Everything that you've changed is there. Now, you can go back, and this is what's really cool. So let's say now you want to make some changes. Okay, we've made a change. Now, we're going to go to publish again. We're going to see review changes and publish. It pops them up side by side. This is the one you're working on. This is what everyone in the world can see. So you're scrolling down and you say, oh, look, that's different. Okay, yep, that's exactly what I want. Then you click publish. And it's made the changes, right? It is that simple. So again, my name is Josh Goodwin. If you have any more questions about it, my number is 720-425-0736. My email is, look, I can just pull it right up here for you. Joshua Goodwin at ucwv.edu. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm by no means an expert, and this video isn't meant to be exhaustive, but I think it'll get you started. I really appreciate your time. Good luck with your Dell portfolio.